afternoon, everyone. It's the 27th here. Glad to have everyone back for another episode of the Wild West. Some new updates, some interesting things happening along the week, and looking to hear you folks' discussion as well on X. But we'll begin introducing my friend. Hey, Chris.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man? Interesting week.
Yeah, interesting
With
week.
everything.
The only thing I want to do right now
Mhm.
is go take a dump, but otherwise I'm doing fine.
Oh, yeah. Lay off the beans, man. I told you should throw them away.
I actually no, but
After all,
still there, man. The guacamole is still there, and probably tomorrow's gonna be the last day, so I'll get
the guacamole's still good. If it's not, dude, just I don't know. Actually, I don't even know what you would do with it.
yeah. Well, I'll eat it.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Anyways,
Anything
people.
goes in mashed potatoes.
Yeah, people listening to this show doesn't have a clue what we're talking about. So before Taro went back to the west from the east, we had a Mexican night farewell, bye bye, good night party, and his food is still left here. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to some updates. Yeah, the Pope unfortunately passed away, but we
Yeah.
knew he was sick for a while.
Mm-mm.
You know, interesting who are in running to become the Pope.
Yeah.
It's a huge question now.
Mm-mm.
And actually, there's one Asian Pope
Mm.
who's actually in good running. Would be Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle. He's from the Philippines.
That's the first for the Asian to run up, no?
I believe so,
Yeah, because I never. But
at least to my knowledge.
in Japan, I mean, the funeral of the Pope, the ceremony was taking place, but they're not talking about who's running up next and this and that. So probably in a few days we'll be talking about the news in Japan as well, I think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So there's him. There's another one where it's Hungarian. Cardinal Peter Erdo. He's up and running. I believe this one's Italian.
Mm.
Cardinal Pietro
Mm.
Paroli.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know how any of that voting works.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not too religious myself,
Mm.
but interesting.
Yeah, they have like a very, very traditional system, right? I mean, when the last Pope passed away, it was on the news all over the place. I kind of watched it, but it's been quite a while, yeah. So I don't remember all the details, but yeah, it's how they keep the history. So,
Right.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, that's one sad news, but that's another end of an era in a way, yeah, a new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a Chinese saying or like Japanese or Asian way, but like you have your birth number, right? You add up your like the year you were born and your birth date and your birth month and your birth date, and you get your number, and that's basically your number, yeah, like birth number. In my case, it's 9, and like
Mm-hmm.
2025, it's supposed to be 2 plus 2 plus 5, so it's 9, right? So
Mm-hmm.
basically, when the year adds up to 9, what they usually say is like it's a transition period. So things are coming to an end, and new things are trying to happen. So there's changes happening. So I don't know if they have that kind of saying in the States, but in the east side, they believe have those beliefs.
I see. No, not I guess depending on which religion. Nothing that I know of, and
But I don't know if it's
common
religion, dude. But
religions.
yeah.
Like a culture. I know Japan's a little different. When
Mm,
it comes to their religion, it really blends right into the culture.
yeah.
Culture is heavily based off the spiritual
Mm-mm.
and religious. Yeah. Mm.
True. So, I mean, that's why like all the stocks going up and down and everything is changing and shifting. And also, you were talking about the Pope, but in his ceremony, Zelensky and Trump had a very short meeting right before the ceremony, about 15 minutes, and they were discussing about, how to end the war and this and that. But,
Right.
the Trump's side is saying that, they're going to let the Russians keep the invaded territories.
Right.
Yeah, but the
Right.
Ukrainians are saying no way, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's the peace treaty. That's the one that United States give. And right now they have a new peace treaty that the EU and the European side are giving out.
Uh,
Yeah, and that's a little bit different. We'll discuss the details later. So ceasefire immediately and this and that. So I don't know which side Zelensky is going to go with, but also Trump is not letting Ukraine join the NATO. So basically,
Wait,
yeah, he's saying, the other European NATO nations and other EU nations should, defend the Ukrainian land. So I don't know how
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna roll out, but before Trump got elected, you know what he said for like I counted, he said it for like
Mm-hmm.
53 or 54 times.
Mm-hmm.
He only needs 24 hours to end the war.
He's crazy. He said
Yeah,
that so many times.
and you know what? It's gonna be
Mm.
almost 100 days since he's been in office.
Right.
Yeah, so I wonder if he can really pull this off or not.
And that man will say anything to get elected, but
Yeah.
we'll see what he does to stay in power.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
But I always had a feeling whatever deal's broken, he's not gonna stay in his relationship with Putin or Russia
Yeah.
for reasons unknown to
Mm.
me. But it seemed like everything he offered definitely has Russia not walking away a complete loser.
True.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely noticed that.
Also, they're having deep talks with Japan as well, with the tariffs and whatnot, and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna come out with some kind of a solution this week or the coming week. So that could change a lot of things. And plus, talking about the war, if the war ends,
Mm-hmm.
plane fees will be so much cheaper. We'll reach in our destinations in Europe 2 hours earlier. There's gonna be a lot of good things. World stability would be good for the stocks and good for the crypto as well. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And it sounds like exemptions. I bet you it's going to be exemptions. So
Mm-mm.
these are rumors or whatever I've been hearing now with China, right?
Yeah.
So no complete lift on tariffs, but certain items,
Mm-mm.
certain whatever you want to call them, products,
Mm.
have exemptions right now.
Mm.
I'm certain with the countries that we truly did not want to put tariffs on
Yeah.
are going to see higher exemptions. So that would be Japan.
Mm.
I feel like Japan's targeted these tariffs. We all know who's targeted for these tariffs. It's clear.
Yeah.
China's been targeted, right?
Mm.
I would expect a lot of exemptions from products, maybe electronics and whatnot, things like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
True, but all the wholesale companies and the stores in the states are all complaining with the tariffs because they're saying they're going to go out of business. All the big companies.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But you really think about it. Who's gonna buy all this Halloween stuff?
Yeah.
We get it from China. We see, like all the warehouses that make Halloween stuff.
Yeah, you got to go to
They're not gonna send it. They're not gonna sell it to Hungary.
yeah.
Who's gonna buy Taiwan
Yeah.
or Indonesia?
Maybe they're gonna get like
They're gonna have to melt it, like
Yeah.
recycle it, sell it to a recycle for pennies
yeah.
on their pennies.
Now in the states they'll probably only have pumpkins to sell for Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of sad. But well, let's see how things roll up. After in Japan it's Golden Week, so until like May 5th, 6th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, people are not working. So let's see how it goes. There's not like a big holiday
No
like this.
wonder
Yeah.
there's a lot of it's busy here. There's a lot of Japanese tourists right now. Makes sense. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about that.
Yeah. So the longest people they have 11 days off.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest. With all the weekends and stuff. So that's good for traveling, I guess.
Mhm. Right.
Yeah, and last year
Wow.
compared to last year, by the way, for inbound wise, we from January to March,
Uh-huh.
we passed over not million, 10 million people already
Wow.
for inbound. I think that was the fastest they say in Japan. I might got the numbers wrong, but it's the
Wow.
fastest in 3 months.
You gotta blame social media.
Yeah, and also
It's done wonders for
yeah,
tourism.
and also for Japanese touring domestically, it's compared to last year, it's been decreased about 15%, and more of them
Oh,
are
wow.
traveling abroad. So I think although the yen and dollar situation is still going on, but if they have longer days off, they prefer to go to the States or Europe or wherever, Hawaii.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's what I've seen on the news recently.
Wow.
So I don't know. There's nothing else major going on here. It's getting warm, but at nighttime it's still cold. So yeah.
What are your thoughts on Nippon Steel? just in general, as
Well,
being just Japanese and just in your everyday life? What are your thoughts?
Japan Steel?
Mm,
I don't know. I
the
mean,
company.
yeah. But they were trying to buy the U.S. Steel, right?
Mm, I
Yeah.
think they're still valuable even if they don't get it.
Yeah, it's really stable. It's a great company, and I think the government did everything to. They were about to negotiate and get the deal, but at the last minute, they kind
Mm-hmm.
of turned it off. But I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think the deal's still on the table, but Trump could be greedy, so I don't know how it's going to go out. But yeah, I think they have a lot of money.
Yeah,
Mm,
I think so too. I think without that on the table,
yeah,
I'd still be interested
I mean, think
as an
about it.
investor.
Japan makes the best steel.
That's what I was thinking. And who
I
what
don't.
about our neighbors? I could totally see.
Yeah, I don't think
You
there's
know what I
any
mean?
competition. Yeah,
There's no competition in their true neighbors, right?
yeah.
Surrounding, but yeah, I could totally see them picking up major contracts
Mm, mm,
in the
mm,
next few years.
mm,
When tourism's booming in those countries,
mm.
they want to modernize.
Yeah.
The last time I checked their stock, it's quite affordable. Let me see if I can pull it up here in a second.
Mm-hmm. Searching. Still searching.
Here we go.
Yeah.
This has got to be $6.95. It's crazy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, if they have a deal, then it's gonna.
22 billion market cap.
Yeah, that's big. If they got a good deal, then
Yes.
it's gonna bloom.
I think this is highly undervalued right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. I mean, there are a lot of undervalued stocks, also in crypto. Talking about even ADA. That thing should be
That's
around
true.
$5 right now with the market capitals and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
somehow it's still struggling.
I think things will awaken once the integration with Bitcoin goes through. It's
Yeah.
gotta shake something up.
I mean, there's still how many more days? Around 50, 60 days left for the, what's going to happen with the tariffs. So, things should get better by then. But if he says he's going to, put all the, shit on the table again, then that's, the stock's going to go down and everything's going to go down again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope not either.
I mean, look at the price of the gold, man. It's skyrocketing, and it's still going up.
I wish I bought more during COVID. I really wish I did.
Yeah, that's the most stable thing you can hold, I think.
Yeah, man.
It doesn't plunge.
It won't tarnish. It doesn't plunge, and as a product doesn't tarnish, doesn't lose its value.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
true.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we got to keep our eyes open for the markets in the following weeks. Yeah. So everybody listening to this show, thanks for tuning in, and give us a shout out at ashiyaradio@gmail.com or on X at the Wildwest. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Aloha, and
Yeah.
everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, Chris. And stay tuned next week. Any suggestions, definitely reach us out on X. Aloha.
All right, so we will talk to you next week, yeah, hopefully.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, talk to you later. See everybody next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.